MAT 1033, Review for Test 4. We're working on rational expressions, and to simplify, you need to factor first. So on the numerator, our factoring, the only thing we can try is a GCF. There is a GCF, there is a 4. So we'll take it out. One set of parentheses. To get back there, we're missing R minus 3. In the denominator, it's a trinomial. Gives us 2 sets of parentheses. Look at the last sign, it's negative, so you have different signs. Split the R's. Multiplying to get 6, combining to get 1. So it's 6 and 1 or 3 and 2. 3 and 2 will be your choice, and we'll put the minus with the 3 to get us back a minus 1R. And double check. Minus 3R plus 2R, it works. Once you have it factored, divide out the matching pieces, and it leaves you 4 over R plus 2. Problem 2. We are going to simplify. We need to factor first. So our numerator is a trinomial. We'll do 2 sets of parentheses. Different signs. Split the V's. And to get 12, multiply to get 12, combine to get 1. It's going to be a 4 and 3. To get a positive 1, we'll put the plus with the 4 and minus with the 3. You should always check to make sure that works. Denominator. We can do a GCF here, 9 and 36. Also, we can do a V squared. So GCF we'll do first, a 9 and a V squared. To get back there, we're missing a V plus 4. And that's all we can do. It's still to the first power. So we will divide out common factors. We have a V plus 4 that matches. And that leaves us V minus 3 over 9V squared. That's all we can do. This time we have a multiplication problem. We will need to factor everything first. So our first numerator is a monomial, nothing we can do. This gives us 9x. Denominator, we can do a GCF. So we can take out a 9 and an x. And that will leave us 7x minus 4. On our numerator, we can take out a 7 as a GCF, and that will leave us 7x minus 4. And the denominator is a monomial. Now we will divide out what we can. The 7x minus 4 will cancel. Also, the 9x's will cancel vertically. And then what we have left is 7 over 6. Problem 4 is also a multiplication, so we will need to factor first. There's nothing to do on the first fraction, so we'll bring it down. On the second fraction, on the numerator, we can take out a 3 that is a GCF. And that will leave 5x minus 4. On the denominator, we can take out a 6. And that will leave 4 minus 5x. You might recognize here what you have are opposites. Same pieces with the opposite signs. You can force those to match by taking out a negative 1. You can take it out of either piece. I'll just take it off the numerator. So I'm taking a negative 1 out. That will leave negative 5x plus 4. Now it will match the denominator, positive 4 minus 5x. So these two are going to cancel. You still left with the negative 1. Also, we can cancel the 3's on the diagonal. And so we'll put it back together. So we are left with the negative 1 times x plus 1. Let's just put the negative out in front. X plus 1 over 6. You could have other variations of the answer. You could have distributed the negative through. To have negative x minus 1 over 6 would be an equivalent answer. For our next problem, we have a division. So we're going to need to change it to multiplication and invert the divisor. Since we also have to factor, I will factor and flip at the same time. So on my numerator for factoring, I can do a GCF. I can take out a 5 times a plus 3. First denominator, nothing I can do. I'm changing to multiplication. And now I'll factor the 25a plus 45. There is a 5 in common in there. And that leaves a 5a plus 9. And then I'll factor 40a plus 72. There's actually an 8 in there. It might take you a minute to find that, but we can take an 8 out. And that will leave 5a plus 9. Now we can try to divide out anything we can. 5a plus 9 will divide out. We can also divide a 5. You can either do it on the diagonal or vertically, but don't do it both ways. It has to match up 1 to 1. And now we'll put it back together. So on our numerator, we have a 5 and an a plus 3. Denominator, we have an 8. Problem 6, we also have a division. We will change it to multiplication and invert the divisor. I'm going to factor and flip at the same time. So my first fraction, the numerator stays the same. Denominator, I can take out a GCF, so I can take out a 5. And that leaves v plus 8. Now it's going to be times, and my fraction will flip. So 4b plus 28, I will factor on the numerator. There is just a GCF there. We can take a 4, and that leaves v plus 7. And this trinomial will go to our denominator. 2 sets of parentheses, different signs. Split the v's. And how about 7 and 4? And we want a plus 3, so we need the plus with the 7 and the minus with the 4. Right, now we will divide out common factors. We can take out the v plus 7 vertically, and we can also take out the 5 vertically. There is nothing else we can do, so we'll put it back together. On the numerator, we have a 4. Denominator, we have v plus 8 times v minus 4.